Only 3 rounds remain in the 2017 Super Rugby season, and the top 2 sides from each conference seem to have divided themselves out quite nicely heading into this time of the season. All that remains to know is who will qualify top and who will be playing the repechage playoff matches come a few weeks' time. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Group, your home of Rugby Challenge 2 and the Highlanders career mode, where we are just a couple of matches away from the end of this 2017 season. It could be another title, but I think more interestingly will be who will stick around for 2018. But that is still a few weeks away yet. There's still a title to wrap up, and once again it is the Crusaders who we have visiting, and this time it is the Highlanders actually doing the visiting. These two sides met just a couple of weeks ago, with the Highlanders taking out a fairly impressive, as always, victory over the Crusaders that night. There's only one real change to this Crusaders side, with Ipazu coming in to replace Priestland at fullback. Other than that, it's still a very strong, very good Crusaders team, as you'd expect, with the expat the expat Highlanders player Henry Spate in there on the right wing. Of course, he did play for the Highlanders a couple of seasons ago before he was let go. The big names though still remain, as some of them at least, with Breed, McCaw still there, and a couple from the youngsters a few years ago, Fennell, Crockett, La, staying true to this Crusaders colours for their push towards possibly challenging this Highlanders outfit. The Highlanders have had a few changes coming into tonight's match. We've had a few suggestions for this one. One of them we could not put into action. That was Feketawa, who is still away on international duty. So other changes are Ben Smith coming in at number 10. He's playing a fly half. Flower remains at fullback. Williams will be paired with Sherwin Stowers at outside centre, and Robbie Robinson will move to the left wing, although still keeping the kicking duties. Julian Savea will play on the right wing this week. No real changes in the forward pack at all. Tamiafuna, Afo and Franks have been absolutely huge over the last few weeks. Afoa is just relishing playing in the middle of the scrum instead of on the outside, so he's looking good in there. Etzebeth and Retallick, you can't beat that second row, and Warburton, Armitage and Moen are looking as good as ever. All set to get underway here, and Robbie Robinson finds himself in a familiar position here at halfway, but a different number on his back here. Number 11 for him tonight, as the Highlanders in the blue as usual. Home strip for the Highlanders, red for the Crusaders. Underway we go, and this one is floated very high up. No one's really wanted to touch it, and Stowers! Oh, that is a horrible play from the Crusaders. Aaron Smith away to Mullen. Big pass away to Savea. He's still got Etzebeth. Look at this, the big man. Oh, but Etzebeth. Oh, he's driven into no, he's held it in. And it's intercepted and picked up from the Crusaders. That was Noakes, and he gets it away to Peterwitty. And Aaron Smith picks him up and puts him into his in goal. Oh, what a start from the Highlanders. This team is just head and shoulders above the rest at the moment. The Blues, the only side from New Zealand, looking like they could challenge them. Scrum is steady, and Moen goes short. Oh, short side, he went, and he's been hammered. He's got up, and he's gone again. Moen will score. Simple finish, plants that ball down. Ben Moen, simple play off the penalty. Crusaders were probably more worried about getting a yellow card than what was happening over the tap. But no one was really awake to that at all. Blundell was sitting there. McNichol nowhere near. And that's poor from the Crusaders. They concede very early on. And it was really looking like it was going to happen anyway, because the Highlanders were looking very, very impressive off the kickoff. Here's Robbie Robinson out on the right-hand side. Into the breeze he kicks. And into the breeze he collects a couple of points. That is a very nice kick into a very strong wind here at AMI Stadium. 10 minutes on the clock, 7-0 to the Highlanders. Well, the Crusaders played all right last time these two sides met. Just did not come all the way. There's Warburton. Gives Sonny Bill his first touch of the ball as Retallick goes away with Tommy Furner. Here's some ball again. And it's Robbie Robinson. He's going to put this in the sky. Oh, Ben Smith is all alone. He's waiting for it. Oh, McNichol. Sensational defensive skill from Johnny McNichol. He come flying out of left side and just sideswiped it out of Ben Smith's nose and took it for the Crusaders. That is very well played. Here's Blundell. He's tapped and kicked this upfield. Bit of relieving pressure there for the Crusaders. But how about Johnny McNichol? Very good work from him. Here's S.4 with the throw. To the front into Etsabeeth, and Aaron Smith goes backwards to Robinson, who's gone straight into them. Whoa, straight into the forward pack, Robbie Robinson. And Raymakers takes him down. Here's Williams intercepted. Wow, that looks very likely. They were very flat there, the Highlanders. And the Crusaders have picked up a loose one. Here's Blundell. Oh, good work, and Spade is just hung on to by Robbie Robinson. Almost a mismatch there between those two. A regular fly half up against a big barnstorming winger like Henry Spate. Match up, checkmate at the moment as Aaron Smith looks sideways. He's waiting for his runners, and Ben Smith hits the line very hard. He flicks it out the back door to Moen. He's over the top to Savia. Julian Savia, get out of here. Big tackle, big fend on Tyler Blundell. It looks like it might go back to the Crusaders. It does. And here's a run from Raymakers.
Release.
Oh, Highlanders quick to this ball and they get it straight back. That's dreadful from the Crusaders. Here's Williams. Williams carving. Williams offloading. Goes deep to Retallick. They're still on here. Still on with Moen. Oh, Moen's from that miles away. Anti-climax end there for the Highlanders. Robbie Robinson was floating and behind him. Could have just set it off for him, but no. Dreadful ball into touch. Here's for now. Oh, he's given that to Retallick. And it's straight back on attack here for the Highlanders as Ben Smith floats through one. Looks to get through a second, but gets taken down and the Crusaders steal the ball back. For now driven backwards once again. Aaron Smith is a freak on defence. Crusaders retain though. Blind now. Will he look to kick himself? No, he's gone down. And it could be a turnover. This is very hotly contested. The Highlanders numbers to the ball and they steal it back. Here's Retallick. Sips it back to Aaron Smith. Looks to shimmy. Oh, good tackle. Oh, he looked to put on the fancy footwork there, Aaron Smith. And he got a bit of a heavy hit too. Ruined a good chance for the Highlanders. But there'll be plenty more, I'm sure. Full line out. Oh, squashed up here for now. It's all good take in the middle.
Advantage.
It's like, oh, it's been knocked on. Oh, that is dreadful stuff from Blundell. Stowers. Oh, good tackle. 1-on-1 hit there on Sherman Stowers. Armitage. Rear touch with him to Aaron Smith. Creates a space as they look out wide for Julian Savia. That's the finish. Didn't need to bump anyone off this time. Julian Savia scores for the Highlanders. And that was very simple. Quick through hands. And then the man over on the outside. Crusaders were two bunched. They were two together around the ruck. And that's where the Highlanders took advantage. As they do to so many teams. It was Aaron Smith. It was Sonny Bill. And then it was the finish. Too easy for Julian Savia. There we go. Armitage is there. He took out the first defender, Raymakers. And then it was Aaron Smith's run straight into a hole that really drew in from that gap. And you see Aaron Smith, the first one there to trot in and give his big winger the props on a super try. Well, that's the second one now for the Highlanders. The Crusaders haven't really looked like firing a shot all night so far. Robinson has looked good out on the left wing, it has to be said, as he kicks another one. That is very nice. Again into the strong breeze. Both tries coming from that same corner. And Robinson says, no worries, that is another two. Flags are up, Cherry is on top, and it is done from Robinson. 14-0. As we near half-time, 5 to go before the break. Blundell back at halfway, kicks us high, very high and very deep and left alone. Trouble here. Ben Smith to Folau, rear touch, Aaron Smith, away to Warburton, and Warburton's put in goal.
Crouch.
Oh, the Crusaders have a little bit of punch back here.
Sit.
Scrum feet for Blundell. The Crusaders will look to use some fancy set play here, I'm sure. Oh, but the Highlanders might steal it. Oh, this will be heartbreaking for the Crusaders, and they have done. Moen will go himself to Williams. Williams is through. Sonny Bill kicks ahead. The chase is on, but it floats away to McNichol, who's got Stowers right on him. Oh, there's it. Oh, goodness gracious me. That is a big, heavy hit on Tyler Blindell. What's the call? I think it was a forward pass. Don't really... Oh, that was worth seeing just for the tackle, but we will not get the penalty to play out here. Half-time has been called from the ref. It is the Highlanders in control of this one at 14 points to 0, and that last little play really just summed up this match. It has been one-sided, devastating defence from the Highlanders, very well executed attack, and simply 2 tries, probably on the lighter side of what it should have been from the Highlanders so far. 74% possession, 67% territory, 7 line breaks to 0. 7 to 0. That is an absolute huge amount. 28 tackles to 12. The Crusaders have had to make over double the tackles of the Highlanders, and they have really been run ragged by a very well performed Highlanders team. It doesn't matter who goes in what jersey, this squad is just so good at the moment that they are just cleaning everyone up. It is going to be hard for anyone to stop this Highlanders team in 2017. There is still 40 minutes of action to go here. The Highlanders up 14 to 0. The Crusaders will be hoping that they can find a little fight back in the second 40 in their home stadium. Blindell, who's been thrown around like a rag doll quite a bit this match, kicks us off, and that one is very close, and it is out. Oh, Blindell is livid. He is absolutely livid with that.
Crouch.
And the Highlanders, no surprise, opt for the scrum, as 90% of teams who get this opportunity do. That one just floated straight into touch on the full from Blindell. He is having an absolute nightmare out there. Moen has it, sitting in the back, and Moen will pick this up and have a bit of a run. It's taken from his opposite, and Salvia slides through. He's got 2 men outside. It's Ben Smith and Sonny Bill Williams on the inside. That is an exceptional finish. Sonny Bill Williams scores. Ben Smith provided. How about that break? The passes were right on the money. That is some pure class by some absolutely international superstars. Savia, Ben Smith knew he had the support, cut back inside, spectacular tackle from Blindell. Didn't need him. Warburton in support, all good flankers should be. Look at that. Look at the first 3 players to that try score was Warburton, Armitage and Moen. That is just pinnacle of why this Highlanders team is performing so well. Look at that. 6, 8 and 7 in order of their appearance at the try. That is why they are performing so well. The ball runners are supported. The ball is secured. Breaks are supported. It's just meat and butter, bread and butter, meat and drink, whatever you want to call it, of rugby these days. Robbie Robinson from right in front makes no mistake with that, as the Highlanders and probably oppositions may have just figured out why they're playing so well. World class 6, 7, 8. That's the key. Here's Blindell back at halfway and kicking off yet again. 3rd try for the Highlanders. Maybe one more will be on the order of the day as Afoa gets a bit of a rampage. Franks away to Ben Smith. Flies to Robinson. Inside ball to Warburton. Retallick floats it to no one. Tommy Afuna. Oh, what skill from the big man. Here's Salvia. The Highlanders are just playing with them now. As that's a beef. Slips it infield to Stowers. Cuts around. And he is taken. Good tackle. Ball and all getting involved there. Still very quickly recycled for Moen. Here's Williams. Floats it over the top. Tommy Afuna. Gets a bit of a heavy hit there, and he might lose it. He does. The Highlanders weren't banking on that one. Back it goes to Blindell. Oh, Blindell is hammered. And another big tackle on Tyler Blindell. And the ball is somehow left out there, and they will set it up for a scrum. Knock on from the Crusaders.
Crouch. Touch.
Goodness me, that was an absolute stunner.
Set.
Great set play. The Highlanders just know where all their players are and what they're doing, which is key to how they perform. Moen will go himself. This time he offloads quickly to Ben Smith, who draws in the fence. Look at this massive hole. It's a big gaping hole as they fling it wide. Robbie Robinson going in for the corner. Oh, he swats him away. Still offloads but gets the intercept. Oh, even Flower was running up for support in that one. Oh, boy, they're good. This Highlanders team is pure class. No team can do much but sit and defend. 5-man line out for Afoa. Boy, he's played well at hooker. Revelation is Etsabeef. Puts it down and now they look to the backs and Armitage. Pops one up to Ben Smith, who floats it out wide for Williams. Straightens things up. Looks for Moen, who turns around the corner. Stowers up against McNichol. Somehow flew up for Savia. Retallick. Oh, they're short of numbers here. The Crusaders, they're in a world of trouble. Oh, that's gone back. But beautifully to Stowers. Oh, goodness me, good defence. Fooled Stowers into thinking he was going for the tackle. I think Stowers could have gone himself there. Left him for dust. For now, it is 21-0 and it's stolen again. Oh, this is just clinical from the Highlanders as they go second runner. Moen. Oh, Moen's through. Ben Moen for the line. He's taken just 5 short. Great defence here from the Crusaders. But that's all they can do. They turn it over as well. And Laipazu gets hammered backwards.
Crouch.
Oh, it just goes bad to worse.
Crouch.
The Highlanders not only know how to attack, but they know how to defend as well. They're going to show off their scrummaging now. This is just an absolute class act here from the Highlanders. But looks like the Crusaders will steal this one. This is well executed from the Crusaders. And they'll get this ball back. Blundell will swing it way out wide. Here's a chance for Kananga going into Spate. Inside ball, McCaw is met in a hefty tackle there from Sonny Bill Williams. Reed looks to go himself. Ben Smith takes him down. Ben Smith turns it over. Ben Smith offloads to Robinson. And Robbie Robinson's in. There we go. Finishing touches. Highlanders get their 4th try. Well, he's threatened on quite a few occasions as Robinson, but how about Ben Smith? Turnover in the ruck, tackle on Kieran Reid, up he goes, mine, thank you very much, takes out, he took out Spate too, not just with the defender, he actually bumped him off, which is no mean feat in itself. Watch number 10 here, Ben Smith, there it is, bang! Oh, not many players sent Henry Spate rolling on his back. But Ben Smith did. Well done, and the try scorer will have his opportunity to convert. A good match from Robinson. He's impressed out on the wing. Time is ticking down here for the Crusaders to find anything from this game as Robinson. Oh, goodness me. Salt into the wound of the Crusaders. That is an exceptional kick. 28-0. And here comes some changes. It is Tumangarellan on for Franks. Also, we have Duplessis coming on. Falatau, Gordy making his way on at scrum half. Then we also have Osborne, North, and Gillies Kaka making his way onto the field. So, plenty of changes here. Of course, Lima Sopawanga is still out injured, so no appearance from him tonight as Tamefuna gets an extended stay. Here's a new man, Osborne. Oh, Osborne up against Spate. There's a big body clash. We also seen a deft touch there from Falatau. Here's Aaron. Oh, Ben Smith, Goodness me, what a devastating run. Forward floats a big ball. Here's the hot stepper, Gillies Kaka. We haven't seen him much this season, but boy, we know what he can do. He scored some fantastic tries for probably one of the last waged players. Oh, and George North has just knocked that on. Ball goes back there and the Crusaders will pick it up.
Advantage over.
Highlanders will be happy for them to play this out as Kieran Reid goes running into John Afoa. Of course, both for All Blacks, former All Black John Afoa, as now they go wide, the Crusaders looking for something. Henry Spate pops it back in field, nice here to Peterwiti, slips it back to McCaw, who's running away from Duplessis, slips it back in field to Crockett, and Israel Folau says, oh no son, it's back you go. puts them down, but the Crusaders hold on to this ball. McCaw, big pass from McCaw, goes to penalty. He's very close.
Releasing.
And a penalty not releasing there. That's good work. Sharon Stowers all over Ep.20. Well, they should get this tap here. They will. Surely they'll just throw this out. No, they give it to North, and they give North a bit of a run. Oh, an ankle tap on George North. Ben Smith in tow, and he takes it to ground. Well, that was just about a big breakaway. Now it's Tamiafuna to Ritalik Osborne. Here we go. Patrick Osborne puts the fend on one. Oh, it takes 3 defenders to put him down. Turnover though goes to the Crusaders. They're going to play this one out as Gordy is absolutely smashed Blindell. How many times have we seen the number 9 in headgear, Tyler Blindell, get absolutely pummeled? A tap is surely in store here as Blindell goes wide, looks for Reed. Reed slips through 1 and 2. Big tackle from Ritalik, takes him down after his second row partner couldn't get the job done. Here's Ortez. Oh, that's dreadful. They're going backwards. Spade floats a big ball wide. Tamiafuna's out there. McNichol on Stowers. And Stowers takes him down. Full time here. What can you say about that? But that is just clinical and a great performance from the Highlanders. Calculated stuff. They know what they have to do. They know how they have to do it. And they have just shut out a very good Crusaders team. No points at all from a team that features some great players. 28-0. The Highlanders dominated the match, but not in tries, although it was 4-0. They just dominated every aspect of the game. The Crusaders couldn't get up in any area. The Highlanders took lineouts, the Highlanders took scrums, the Highlanders took broken play, the Highlanders took structured play in the forwards, the Highlanders took wide, expansive play. There was nothing the Crusaders could attack the Highlanders through. That is just how good this team is as an all-round unit. The 4 tries going to Moen, Robinson, Williams and Savia, and Robinson got all 4 conversions before he was subbed off, and no further kicks were needed to be taken for the Highlanders tonight. 28-0 over the Crusaders. That is going to hurt the Crusaders as they were looking good to steal second place. The Blues, though, are right on the tail of the Highlanders, who really needed that 5th point tonight, because the Blues are making up some losses with bonus points this time this season. The full-time stats say 69 and 51 possession and territory going to the Highlanders, but look at the line breaks. That's the big one. 14-2. 14-2. Boy, oh boy, the Highlanders were hot tonight. Didn't score as many tries as they would expect from 14 line breaks. They kind of like that 50%, but that would have been 7 tries, which would have been absolute demolition if they could have got that many. Handling errors were 7-6, so quite a few handling errors there. But look at the Crusaders, forced to defend. Highlanders were knocking at the door all night long, and as a result, 28-0 is fairly fair when you look at the stats. The Crusaders will be devastated they didn't get anything to say for their time in a home match. So let's go back and check out the table and see how these two sides fare after this very well-performed match from the Highlanders. So about a full round of games have taken place between our next match and the Highlanders' 28-0 win over the Crusaders. The Chiefs 32-29 over the Hurricanes. The Blues 33-22 over the Bulls. A few close ones here. Stormers 21-10 over the Lions, and the Sharks thrashing the Cheetahs 53-7. First match of round 19. I think there's only 2 rounds left to go in the competition. Hurricanes all over the Crusaders. Big win for the Hurricanes. Massive. 21-12. Next match is the Highlanders at home up against the Chiefs. So having a look at the standings here, and the Highlanders 14 from 14. Boy, they're looking good. 62 points. Blues sit second on 54. Well, they must have dropped some points there, the Blues, because I don't think they've played, no. And so there we go. They're 8 points behind, 54 for them. Chiefs now on 36, Crusaders 35, and the Hurricanes, who just beat the Crusaders, are on 29. So the Blues are living off bonus points here, as are the Chiefs, 10 and 8. The Highlanders only have 6, but they're well in front from all their wins. In South Africa, the Sharks leading the way on 57, the Bulls on 53. They're your top 2 qualifiers. No questions, no qualms about that at all. Stormers 33, Cheetahs 11, Lions 2. In Australia, a similar story. The Brumbies, wow, the Brumbies. And the Reds are going to keep the Waratahs, finalists 2 out of the last 3 seasons, out of the playoffs. Brumbies 65, Reds 41. You can count those chickens. They are not even hatched, but you can count them because that's done. Brumbies and the Reds will go through 1 and 2. And from New Zealand, the Highlanders and the Blues, definitely the Chiefs, no way they're going to catch up. And the Sharks and the Bulls, that is it. That's your top 6 right there. So for round 19, the Highlanders are at home at Forsyth Bar Stadium to face up against the Chiefs, who are sitting 3rd and really looking to spoil the party for the Highlanders as they head into their next round of playoff matches. They should at this stage get the bye in that first round of repechage games and then set themselves up for a semi-final and possibly a final for another title. But that is all yet to come. Still 2 rounds of the competition to go. So be sure to keep your ideas coming in for who you'd like to see in the starting 15. Fikitoa still on international duty. And of course Sopawanga is still injured as well. If you just want to double check, we'll just have a look there. Fikitoa's away international duty and 89 days for Sopawanga. So he's going to be out. So we really are going into this with just 1 fly half. So that is the situation. Of course, we have that player in there who was a reserve player because we don't have enough players with 2 away injured and on international duty. They bring in a temporary player so you have enough players to cover that period because we actually have no backs that aren't in the playing 15 or the reserves. So that is why we have an extra back sitting in that bench. But that is round 19. Stick around and stay tuned for that, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you're enjoying the series. Let me know what you think of it, and I'll see you all next time for the Chiefs and the Highlanders. Until then, thanks for watching and take care.